Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Bingo and Rollys House from the show Puppy Dog Pals. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button as it really helps me and the channel out very much. And if you want to see what's going to be coming out on the channel in the future, subscribe and click the little bell next to the subscription button. You may already be able to see that there is a follow-up build to this one that I will be posting next week, so that is the best way to keep up to date with the channel if you would like to make the doghouse as well. But without any further ado, let's get started. Before we begin building, my friends, we will require every single one of these materials that you can now see on the screen right now, and you should be able to see the amounts of those materials that you will need as well. So if you want to better prepare, grab those. The amount of space required to make the puppy dog's house is a 12 by 16 block area. Please make sure that you have enough room in your worlds. You might even like to make this grid if you are better planning out the build. Pause the video if you have to, gather the stuff, make sure you've got enough room, and make sure you're ready. Once you are, we can begin. So now that we're building, our first step is going to be to come to the front right hand corner of our grid. Count inwards from the front right corner, 1 and 2, and this is the starting position. If you've made the grid, then we're both starting in the exact same place. On top of this block, place 4 yellow concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go left of this by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend down to the ground. I then want you to fill in all of this empty space using quartz stairs. The quartz stairs should be placed behind the yellow concrete. This is a garage / garage / car hole. Once you have accomplished this, take out your block of quartz and place an entire row on top of the horizontal row of yellow concrete. I then want you to take the middle blocks of this row of quartz, leaving one off of each side, and extend them one row towards you. Then take the 3 middle blocks out of this row and extend them one row towards you, to give you this shape. I want you to take the very middle block and place 3 glass on top. Place a block of quartz left and right of the glass, like this. Place yellow concrete on the outer quartz blocks next to the quartz rows. Finish up by placing another layer of glass on the outer yet quartz blocks rows. This is a bay window that overhangs the car hole area. Once you have done this, I want you to place, going backwards from the left side specifically, I want you to place yellow concrete behind the glass, like this. I also want you to place yellow concrete behind the block of quartz. Extend the yellow concrete to the left by an entire row. Take the top of this row and extend left by 1, 2, 3, and down by 4, ladies and gentlemen. Add another one on top of that, and then down by 1, 2, 3. The end result should look like this. We are now going to further join that yellow concrete down to the ground using terracotta. I then want you to place 3 rows of terracotta in front of this. So 1 row of terracotta, 2 rows of terracotta, make that 3 rows of terracotta. Additionally, underneath the opposite side of the entrance, we also want to add a row of terracotta as well, and extend that row of terracotta forwards to match the opposite side like this. I want you to place a set of quartz stairs between the bottom 2 rows of terracotta, and place several rows of quartz stairs coming up and backwards, just like this, to meet the height of the terracotta, like so. I want you to place block of quartz behind the quartz stairs. Place a door in the very middle of the block of quartz, and place light blue concrete left of the door, coming up as high as the frame, and right of the door, coming up as high as the frame. Place a light blue glass in between, and there you will have a rather complicated part of the house complete. I want you to place a row of light blue concrete on top of the row of yellow above the door. The light blue concrete wants to be extended all the way over to the right, and it will actually match the width of the entire house that we have built thus far. Place 2 entire rows of light blue concrete in front of this. This will not come as far as the window. It will stop right there. Once you have done that, I want you to place a row of quartz slab in front of the top half of the light blue concrete. We are then going to place an entire row of yellow on top of those slabs. We are then going to place on top the left and right sides 6 additional yellow concretes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the opposite side also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can join them together at the top, left to right. You can even place blue or block of quartz on top of the yellow concrete. What we then want to do is use light blue concrete. And we do this carefully by leaving one light blue off of each end of the row of quartz. Place a row of light blue concrete sat on top of the quartz block area, and simply keep adding rows of light blue concrete that are one row shorter on both sides like this. Eventually you will reach a point where you cannot place any more light blue. It'll end up looking exactly like that. Place quartz stairs now. In these positions, we want to knock out a 2x2 block area at the base of the pyramid blue shape that we have just made. We want to place 2 rows of upside down quartz stairs in the very center like that. This looks like an air vent that is on the house itself, or a blind, or it's something like that anyway. I want you to use light blue concrete and come towards the bottom left hand corner of the yellow rectangular shape that we have just made. Place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light blue concretes like this, coming across. On top of the light blue concrete area, starting on the left, place yourself 2 light blue concrete, or light blue glass. 1, 2. And then a yellow concrete, and then 2 more glass. 1, 2. Place 2 rows of glass on top of your glass, finished off with a row of block of quartz. Like so. On the right side of the build, in the bottom right corner of the square / rectangle, we want to place 2 block of quartz coming across the side, 1, 2, 3 rows of glass on top of the quartz, and then finish up by placing block of quartz on top. We are then going to fill in both sides using some yellow concrete, so the very left and very right side shall be filled in the same way. I want you to place quartz slabs underneath the blue concrete area, underneath the window. I then want you to place a quartz block on top the left and right sides, connect together in the middle at the top using quartz slabs, and then use quartz stairs in these 2 positions. You want to place 2 upside down quartz stairs like this. It kind of looks like a happy face. Once you have made the happy face, we can now move on to the rest of the build. So the rest of the build should hopefully be quite simple to do. Use block of quartz and come towards the top of the build. I want you to take this block of quartz here just before the blue roof begins and extend it backwards by 11 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Extend it across the back of the build and forwards to join to the opposite side. I then want you to create the same blue concrete pyramid on the back of the build that you managed to create on the front. And not only that, once you have created the same shape, we are going to do the exact same thing using quartz stairs as well. Remember, they're upside down in the very middle of the pyramid at the base. We are then going to extend all of the yellow concretes underneath the quartz row area backwards. These yellow concretes are going to make up the walls of the house. It doesn't really matter in what manner that you extend them back in, whether it's up and down, left and right, or maybe if you want to just kind of use that paint fill-in tool that I wish we had in Minecraft, it'll all be great. As long as you create a nice solid wall and do the same on the opposite side. Remember that the yellow concrete area is going to equal the length of the quartz block area directly above it. So no need to do any sort of fancy counting or anything like that. We can quite easily determine the length simply by copying the previous area. What we then want to do is the same thing using the light blue concrete underneath the yellow. Extend backwards, and on this occasion across the back of the build, and you can even connect it towards the front as well, like so. That is perfect. We want to do the same with the rest of the build. We now want to take all of the rest of the build and we want to extend it all backwards using yellow concrete, which means basically this. Underneath the light blue concrete that we have just extended backwards, I just want you to extend the light blue concrete down using yellow concrete. So that is what the side walls are going to be made out of. It's as easy as that. So that is this side and the opposite side as well. I am also going to note that on the sides of the house we are going to add windows. Only on one side though, which is going to be the left side of the house. We are simply going to add some windows there. And you can choose to leave these off if you like, but I mean, it's a little bit of extra detail, so it can't really hurt. Once you have extended all of the house backwards and made it a nice 3D shape, I want you to come towards the left side of the house and towards the front right side. I want you to, from this yellow concrete block here, I want you to move backwards. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Destroy the block underneath this, and 1, 2, 3 down. Place a block of quartz at the top and glass underneath. Leave a gap of 1 moving forwards and destroy the exact same amount of blocks and place the exact same blocks in its place. Those are 2 windows. Additionally, we have 2 windows on the lower side of the house coming towards the back underneath the blue band. From this yellow concrete block, I want you to move down 1 to the right diagonally, destroy this block, and 1 down. Place block of quartz in this block and light blue glass underneath. Leave a gap of 1 moving forwards and do the same, like this. Perfection. Now, once you have accomplished this, we can turn our attention towards the back of the build. We are going to start with the much harder lower half of the house, and we'll finish up with the easier part of the house afterwards. The detail begins on the back right corner of the house, and I want you to start off by placing a yellow concrete coming inwards. Place a block of quartz next to it, 1 on top, light blue glass on top, and move left by 1, 2. Place 2 block of quartz underneath, with an iron door in the middle. I then want you to place yellow concrete on top of the glass with another row on top. Place quartz slabs in front of the yellow concrete at the top with 2 rows of glass on top. Place quartz slabs on top of that, and if you like, you can even place some yellow concrete behind the quartz slabs. Going left of the door at the bottom here, I want you to place 1, 2, 3 rows of yellow concrete. On top of the 3rd row, I want you to place 4 yellow concretes on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. take this entire row and extend it outwards by not 1 row, but 2 rows. We are then going to take the bottom of this shape and place 2 yellow concrete blocks coming outwards with an additional yellow concrete extending forwards. Place a quartz stairs coming outwards from the side of the yellow concrete. Place a yellow concrete on the opposite of the quartz stairs and extend the yellow concrete back, up, back, up, back, up, back, up, back to extend towards the house. Fill the under part of this shape in using yellow concrete, like this. Perfect. I then want you to use quartz stairs to build a staircase, like so. If you just place the stairs on the sides of the yellow concretes like this, coming up towards the top, you actually want the quartz stairs to stop 1 row away from the top. We also want to extend this row of yellow concrete inwards to cover up the side of the stairs here, and then you can just fill the top of this shape in using block of quartz like this. What we are then going to do is place a doorway here. So I'm just going to add another row of block of quartz here, which will allow me to place a door in the middle and light blue concrete all the way around the door. I'm then going to fill the entire back part of the house in here using yellow concrete, making sure not to fill in behind the windows because that would be a little bit crazy, or there'd be no point in having windows, and just above the door here, just to kind of show you, there you go, that's kind of what the house will look like once it's all filled in. It looks a lot better once it's filled in. Above the door we have kind of like a stylized overhang. It's quite easy to make. You place quartz slabs coming outwards from the top 2 corners of the doorway like this, 2 rows poking out. Extend the quartz slabs inwards, up, in, up, like that. And then simply extend all of the quartz slabs inwards like this, and there you will have a nice completed door. Place yellow concrete. Oh, that by the way is the lower half of the house complete. I kind of just glossed over that, didn't I? Well, the upper part of the house now is quite easy to do. Start off by placing a row of yellow concrete on top of the light blue concrete. And then beginning on the right side here, I want you to place 2 blocks of quartz. 1, 2. A yellow concrete, 2 blocks of quartz. 3 yellow concrete, 2 blocks of quartz. Place 2 rows of glass on top of every single one of the blocks of quartz area, with quartz block on top of the glass. Place yellow concrete in between all of the windows like this, and then yellow concrete above the windows to meet the quartz block area. Like that. We are going to now fill in the area between these steps and this back door. I'm just going to fill the ground in using terracotta because it looks nicer. And additionally, if you decide to make the doghouse, then the path is going to veer off towards the doghouse too. So you might want to do that. Something else that I'm also going to do is I'm just going to, on the front of the build, use either smooth stone or smooth stone slabs, depending on what version and stuff you're using, just to fill in the area between the steps and the garage like this, just because it looks a little bit nicer that way. Also, you may have just noticed, and it's just came to my attention too, that with the garage area, you're going to want to place some yellow concrete just on the inside like this, just to seal up the garage door. Maybe even also, you keep noticing things as you go around, maybe even also just above the garage too, and then that way the entire area is sealed up. Probably, there we go. Yeah, there we go, that's perfect. So now the whole area is sealed. We're only missing one thing, ladies and gentlemen, and I bet you know what it is. A chimney. I'm kidding, we need a roof, and then a chimney. So, we are going to use stone brick stairs, and we are going to place stone brick stairs coming all the way up from one side of the roof all the way down to the other side of the roof. The stone brick stairs come down and sit on the sides of the quartz block area towards the top of the build. The stone brick stairs are then extended forwards a row so that they overhang the front of the roof like this. Once the stone brick stairs have overhung, I should say, the front of the roof, you want to place upside down stone brick stairs underneath those overhanging blocks. Reason being is because it looks nicer. That's all there is to it. It just looks a little bit nicer like this. So once you have placed those stone brick stairs, and we have placed 2 layers of them, we want to do the same thing on the back. So on the back we are going to place stone brick stairs on the sides, coming up and down, all the way up to the top, all the way down to the bottom. We are going to make it so those stone brick stairs overhang like this, and once they have overhung, it's quite a lengthy process, it's a relatively large roof, we want to have the upside down stone brick stairs, of course, underneath as well, because that makes the roof nice and, there we go, nice looking. Extend the sides of the stone brick stairs towards the front of the build. We only want the sides extended, the parts next to the quartz blocks. Use quartz stairs to connect the front and the back of the roof together. That's right, the middle of the roof is to be made out of quartz blocks, like this, or quartz stairs blocks I should say. If we used actual quartz blocks, that might look a little bit funky. Honestly, I mean, you could. Be a pretty interesting idea. I'm not sure that it'd look right. Once we have completed the roof, you will be pleased to find out that there is only that one thing left to do, which is the chimney. I wasn't kidding about that. Once we will have completed the chimney, we can add a little bit of a fence left and right of the house if you so choose, but you'll see why we might want to wait until later to do that. Once the roof has been almost completed, I want you to place a row of terracotta coming out of the right side of the roof. Pick somewhere along the front right side of the roof. Maybe you can do it like this. You take the front right corner and come up and in diagonally a couple of times like this. Place a terracotta and extend it up so it is one row higher than the roof itself. And that is how you make a chimney. Pretty much on any roof that'll do. That's all you have to do to make a chimney. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing that you may want to do is add a fence around the house. The issue with adding a fence is because later on I'm going to be building a doghouse in the back garden. So if you want, you can add a fence. I'd maybe add it about 3 blocks high, something like that. And it comes just out of the front left corner yellow part of the house. Maybe the fence can stem out a few, maybe like 8 or so rows, something like that. And then you would extend that fence backwards and around the house like so. But I am just going to have a nice little side fence like this. And you might also want to choose to add a fence like coming backwards, like 3 rows high, coming all the way back out of the back of the house. But again, I'm not going to be adding a comprehensive garden to the build because we've got a giant puppy dog playhouse. Slash just doghouse, I guess, coming out of the back of the build. It's actually going to be right in that back garden. So, however else you want to finish off the house to make it look a lot more realistic or to make it a lot better for you, feel free to do that. But this is where this tutorial ends, as I just wanted to show you how to make the house itself. The garden I'm leaving up to you. In about a week's time, I am going to show you how to also make the doghouse, so look out for that tutorial. It'll be in the card system, description below, and at the top of the comment section. But let's take a look at what we've done, and then we can say our goodbye. So this is what Bingo and Rollys House will look like once it has been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen. We aren't missing too much. Feel free to add a comprehensive back garden if you like, or you can also make Bingo and Rollys Doghouse, which I would highly recommend, which would really take up the most of the back garden that you're probably planning on adding anyway. So I'd wait until you have built that, if you plan on building it before making any changes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very, very much. If you're new around here, please subscribe and click the little bell next to the subscription button. Not only that, I do also take suggestions. Feel free to leave one. I do read the comments. Also, if you do want to make more cartoon related builds, even if it's just the one that's going to be coming up in a week that continues from this one, check out the card system and the description below for all of my cartoon related content. I'm sure that you might be able to find some things that you would enjoy making. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate all of you very, very, very much. I'm going to jump off this happy face now. It really does look like a smiley face. Goodbye.